Hello everybody and welcome to another tutorial in camera and lens repair. And this time a friend of mine asked me if I could look at this Mamiya 645 Pro, and because the shutter didn't actually work. I mean, you could press the shutter button but nothing really happened, even if the battery was okay. And so I think, well, if you press the shutter button, it says click, 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 as long as I press the shutter button. And well, I would take a look inside and found out that the magnet, the solenoid that sits around here, was dirty. So but it's not so hard to actually fix if this is the problem. But in this case it was the problem, so I will take a look inside and see what we can do. Well, we need some tools, and we at least need a JIS 2.5 millimeter crosshead screwdriver. This is from Moody Tool, actually from ifixit.com, which I buy those. Really good quality. And we also need a lunge tool, something like that, or one could use a pointy nose, a goose nose or something, with small ends. It would be the same. If you don't have a lens tool, this would work the same way. 1.2 millimeter flathead screwdriver is also very handy in this case. This is just a Vera. It could be whatever flathead screwdrivers, nothing special. The tweezer is also very handy, and some glue, just the universal glue. It could be whatever. And of course we need some cleaning solution, and I use isopropyl alcohol in 99%, which I like, and I will also use some peg pad, which I called in smaller size, just to make it more economical. Now into the case. To come into this side here, we need to unscrew one screw here on top, and if we take off the winder handle by pressing this knob here, press it this way, one can actually take it off very easy. So something like that. Now inside here there's a screw, crosshead screw there. And on the bottom plate, the actual bottom plate here sits with 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. Now, of course we need to take out the battery, just to make sure there isn't any power on it. And the battery is actually okay. Now, when we work with electronic things, it's good to have a wristband on, so something like anti-static, so nothing serious will happen. I know I have rubber glove, but still. So let's get into it. One screw on the top here. This is the only one that need to unscrew on here, on the very top. And one here on the side. This screw is different from the other one, you see here. So I put the winder beside the screw, so they belong. just two there. So now the 4 screw here on the bottom part, which is all the same. Don't forget to take them out, or you could just let them sit on the bottom plate, but nobody knows where they will end out, on the floor, on the desk, on your carpet or something. So just arrange them as they should sit when we actually unscrew them. This one here, there, and the last one. So now it's all free. So we can actually lift off the bottom plate by grip here on the front and simply lift it off. And this is how it looks. So that's it. And now it's quite easy to set the, to take off the side plate here. The only thing we need to do is be sure the multi lever is set to single. Now the shutter button, the selector ring here is set to the white dot. It will say something like this, because it will be much more easier when install the side plate here. Now one can lift up here, one on the side here. Haha, we missed something. That's why I need a plier or a lens tool. So one can actually unscrew the retaining knot here around the camera strap with a lens tool. It's quite easy, or we could just use a fine goose nose plier just to turn it counterclockwise, and it's free. So then unscrew it, and so it's off. Now the plate, the side wing or whatever it's called, is actually kind of free in a way, but is binding. So what's actually happening? Yeah, that's why we need the 1.2mm flathead screwdriver, because up here, close to the Pro name, the Pro sign, where we need to go under here, there is a kind of a little gap here. So if I lift it up gently, it will be free from the from that hole you possibly in the notch here you probably can see. Now then it should be quite easy to gently take off, since the wing up here, the screw up here is loose. We can actually just take it off. It should be possible. So it's there. Well, we could use a dentist tool to just lift off the plastic here. So, and now you see it's free. So why it was so important to set the front here to the white dot with the 2 dots in line, it's because those 2 pins in here, you see those 2 pins in here, they have to go slide out, and the 2, I know it's difficult to see, but oh gosh, difficult to see. Well, there is down here, maybe if I put my hands over, you had a little different exposure. Yeah, it helps a little. Now up here, there and there is a gap, and this is why it when you pull it out, it will simply slide out of the two notches here. So if it sets in that way, it's not possible to take it out that way, so it has to sit there. That's important. Also, the multi exposure lever or knob also have to sit here, because it will, when I move it, something like that, so it's now to multi, and I put it back again to single. This end here will simply push on here, and this is how it works. As you can see. So now we are inside the camera, and the problem is the little magnet here. So if I put a battery in, we can see what's happened, or maybe not happen. So now I will also put the winder handle on, so I can lock the handle here and advance the camera. And then if it didn't work, and if I just push in the button, this one will click, 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 very little movement. But of course now when I have used it a little and found out what actually the problem was, it's this side here and the solenoid itself with the two bones, the two that sticks out, they get dirty, as we will see sooner. So if I press the button here, nothing really will happen. Oh yeah, it works for now. But there's still some dirt in here. So the only problem, the only fix for that problem, which is not that hard, we'll just zoom in a little so we can see it more closer. So one have to lift off this plastic thingy here, and it should not be that hard. The way I found out, it was actually because I press down here on the plate or on the magnet here, or something like over here, and it simply, if you can see it, it bends a little. So this pin here, if we do so, if it's possible to see, if I press it down a little, you can see it moves slightly. And if I do it the other way, if it's possible, so you can see it will slide against the two magnet ends here, and in that way it will in some way move the dirt around, and then it's possible to actually fire the shutter. But it's just a short fix in that way. So we have to move this pin out a little. As you can see, it sticks a little to the magnet, so it is. And then hold it out in that way, then put a lens wipe with with some isopropyl alcohol, and then close their magnet here and simply pull out the wipe, and in that way clean it. So we will try to do that, and I'm very sure it's the dirt that is on, so we can actually just do a test. So if I put a clean wipe and open this magnet, put it through here, close it, and then pull the napkin, we can possibly see if there is any dirt. Well, there is slightly, but yeah, there's something here. I know it's difficult to see, but we'll just do the trick and use a little of isopropyl alcohol. Not much, just so it doesn't have to be fully wet or so, just enough. And then pull it in here and press it against, and then we'll just do it again. So there, and then we just pull it here. There could maybe be some small threads that is not come out, so we can just do it again with some isopropyl alcohol, and so this, and then press a little on here, so it have a little resistance when you pull the wipe. So, and let's see how good it will be. Yeah, it looks much cleaner than it was. Also on the magnet and on the metal. So there was just a small hair that sticks here, but yeah, so, and so now it should be working really much better. And we can just put in the battery and see how it will go. So there, and it goes pretty fast, so it's not really to see, I know. So, and if I advance slowly so we can see what's happened. And there again. So, and then we can press the shutter button again. And now you can see it actually works. And it actually works better than before. So that's it. So the only thing I need to do is to put this little plastic cover on again and say that's fine. And it wasn't really hard to fix. And we can just use a little of glue, not really much. So there, and simply put it on again. If we do so, something like that. So there. Then press a little, and it will sit. I mean, the glue have to dry a little. So and we can just take a break here. And now the glue is actually dried up, so it is actually working as it should. And we can just make a test. Click the film winder handle on, and then press the shutter button, and it will happily fire as it should. So everything seems to work as it should, and the only thing I need to do is simply assemble it again. So the side wing here, the side plate, whatever it calls. Oh, need to zoom out a little. And we'll just click it on. Be sure the gap here is sitting in that way, in that direction. Oh, it's really difficult because it's so white. Now, and also the same thing, the two white dots here have to sit in line. So that it should be very easy, and the multi function also have the white dot in line. So it should be easy to just put it on again. And there. And we just slide it in and click it into place there. And also up here, it's fine. So there it is. So one screw on top here. It's the fine thread. It goes on here. So there, and the other one. Has to go in here. Come on. Maybe the 2.5mm is a little too big for this screw. So there. And then the bottom plate sits on. Click into place, and then 4 screws that sits where they should. There's only one way they can sit. There. And this one here. Where did we go? Here. There. And so press a little here to make it easier for the holes to, for the screw to get into the hole. And the only thing, the retaining ring here, retaining knot or something, you have to screw on. And then with a plier here, then tighten the knot here. So now it is, and then put on the film winder, click, and then lock it into place. Where did my battery go? Somewhere. Just went away. Oh gosh. Things disappear. Oh, of course it sits inside. So on with the battery jam, lid. Then we can just advance the camera, fire the shutter, and everything is actually working. And even if we set it to something like 115, so that's great. I mean, now it's possible to actually fix the battery check is also working, so you can see there is enough battery on, and the self timer seems to work. So now we have a fully working camera, Mamiya 645. So that's it. Bye bye.